Yo, happy Friday, everybody. I thought I would have some fun with that DALI AI thing that everyone's doing, so I typed in Ripple XRP Crypto Moon, and I got this. Not bad. Kind of cool. This blue moon up here is kind of cool. Mostly just kind of threw up like a fidget spinner on the moon, but it is what it is. AI is kind of scary. Getting into the news now. I thought this was really big yesterday, and you guys let me know if you feel the same. But the Bank for International Settlements yesterday was essentially shitting on Ethereum. But not just Ethereum, it was really dumping on mining and proof of work, essentially saying that miners can pick and choose the transactions, they can front run, they obviously give priority to transactions that are paying more fees. You can actually attack it. It's not this 100% secure thing that we've all thought it is. We've heard this in the past. If bad actors were to get a large amount of capital, Gary Gensler has said single digit billions, you could 51% attack the Bitcoin network. Theoretically, why couldn't you also do that with Ethereum? It's also proof of work, right? This is part of the reason that they're switching over to a better proof of stake because proof of work does not work. It also does not scale, right? That's why we're not really hammering these too much. At least I'm not hammering these too much. I'm going to be picking up way more ISO 2022, ISO 20022 compliant tokens, and that's where I'm going to be focusing my reaccumulation this bear market. I'm not going to be picking up these coins that don't work or these coins that need band-aid solutions like lightning networks and 2.0 upgrades and all this. Like, we don't need that. But I thought this was very interesting. I thought this was very big. This shows you how the narrative is shifting, and for the most part, Ethereum has been given the free pass. Ethereum has been adopted by the mainstream, and now here's more of the mainstream saying, "Hold on a minute, maybe not." Kevin O'Leary is saying that he sees a lot more pain ahead for the crypto industries. He thinks that there's going to be at least a couple more businesses that need to go down. So, a quote from him is a much bigger player will need to collapse completely so that it can lead to more volatility for crypto. This is a space that has never seen that kind of volatility yet, which means it has never seen maturation either, right? So, it's the same thing. I don't know if I agree with him saying we haven't seen this volatility yet. I mean, it's crypto. If you were here from the beginning, you rode Bitcoin from a penny to 60K. That's pretty crazy. And it wasn't a straight line, right? It's up to 20, down to 2, up to 30, down to 5. Like, it's been pretty volatile, Kevin. I don't know what you're saying, but I do agree that a lot of um a lot of fake money got propped up into crypto. It was the same thing with the early days in the internet bubble when you find out that a lot of money was poured into these things and not very many of them were actually producing products or producing anything of value, and all that money just kind of fizzled away. And I think that's what we're seeing now. But just to kind of challenge Kevin a little bit, a much bigger player will need to collapse. Well, Three Arrows Capital is getting liquidated, right? And they're not the only one. There's a bunch right now that are getting liquidated. But FTX, Durbit, and BitMEX have liquidated Three Arrows Capital's positions. The fact that Three Arrows is trading on BitMEX, like that's grimy, and Durbit, oh grimy. Like, I know these exchanges, you can make money, you can leverage trade on them, but I'm sorry, guys, they're grime. Like, if you're grinding Bybit all day and you're grinding Bymix all day, with like, smashing leverage, that's a grimy life, right? The fact that now we're hearing like Three Arrow, these big firms are doing that, like, oof, like, I'm not hating it. Like, you go on there and you have some fun, you want to do some high leverage trading, just recognize what you're doing, and we've all done it. It's definitely a lot of fun, but you recognize what it is, right? If you're leverage trading on BitMEX, Turbit, Bybit, FTX, Binance, and you're smashing that leverage, it's a little degenerate, right? So the fact that these guys are getting liquidated on BitMEX and stuff is kind of dirty. But to continue, so that's Three Arrows going down. Celsius is going down. Celsius has a huge valuation of $345 million. MicroStrategies is going down. MicroStrategies has a market cap of 1.82 billion. That's not all in crypto, but still a big chunk of it is. And Three Arrows Capital is going down as well. And they had something of along the lines of $10 billion in assets to manage, most of them being in crypto. So Kevin's talking about, hey, Celsius isn't big enough to collapse. Celsius is too small of a player. They're not going to impact much of anything. What happens if we tack on Three Arrows, Celsius, and MicroStrategies? All of a sudden, maybe it's not so small, right? That's a pretty big drop right there. It's a lot of big companies going to zero. At least not to zero, they're going down. We know this. I'm not going to read too much of this. We know the SEC is dirty. XRP lawsuit. Ripple claims SEC is attempting to conceal its flaws from public criticism. Obviously, that's not even like a conspiracy. It's not even a, oh, are they? No, they are. They know that they've messed up big time. They don't want William Hinman's calendar to come out. In there, we're clearly going to see him meeting with people from Simpson Thatcher and all these other type of firms that the ethics people at the SEC told him not to meet up with. They said very clearly, Mr. Hinman, you cannot meet up with these people. You guys have ties outside of the SEC, and it's going to be a conflict of interest. He said, I'm just having lunch with my boys, and then goes on to make the Ethereum free pass speech. There was clear corruption going on there. There was clear favoritism. It's not a conspiracy. At this point in time, the SEC is in damage control mode. They started this case, but they're the ones on trial now, right? It's no longer Ripple is the defendant. Now the SEC is playing catch up. The SEC is playing let's not go to jail. It's no longer let's get a fine. It's let's not go to jail. And I know I could be talking out of my ass here because what do I know? But that's just kind of what I feel. And if you've been following this case from the beginning, you know the SEC has been dirty. The SEC has requested redactions of passages that demonstrate the weakness of the expert analysis. So the SEC is trying to pull down like they got this big expert to come in and speak on behalf of XRP holders, which is a big joke because John Deedon is representing 65,000 XRP holders. You don't need that guy. If you want an expert, you go talk to John, right? He's the one representing us legally in court. He's the one you should go talk to, not this Patrick Duty guy who claimed to know what motivated XRP holders to buy the asset. You don't know what motivated me to buy the asset, Patrick. I was buying gift cards back in the day with crypto. I was spending my hard-earned mine crypto on RuneScape time cards and World of Warcraft time cards. Doing the transaction with Bitcoin was long and slow. Doing it with XRP was fast and cheap. That's one of the big reasons I was getting into Ripple and XRP, not the company. I was getting into it because I was actually using the tech, and using XRP and XLM was better. I don't know if you were around back in the day, but back in the day, Ethereum was cheaper to send. So you would actually buy Bitcoin, swap it to Ethereum, send the Ethereum, and then swap it back to Bitcoin, and you would save money because the Ethereum gas fees were cheaper. Then Ethereum started to get more expensive. We all switched to XRP and Stellar because we were actually using the tech. We weren't buying and holding. We were using it. So when you're actually using it, waiting 40 minutes, waiting an hour sucks. So no, sorry, Mr. Patrick Duty, you're wrong. You don't know what we were thinking. I'm not going to keep going. This is going to get me all heated up, but we're going to keep going down. This is big. So shout out to Chris Meyer here for tweeting this out. China's property troubles sent one debt. Let me restart. China's property troubles sent one debt indicator above 2009 levels. So when you click on the article, China's property troubles have pushed one debt indicator above levels seen in the financial crisis. I don't know why that sentence is so hard for me, but apparently it is. Um, So, why is this a big deal, right? We've heard about this for a little while now that the Chinese real estate market is collapsing, that Chinese paper is collapsing, that the Chinese stock market is collapsing. Why do we care about that? The only reason we care about that is because we know, and I'm going to say that with confidence, we know that Tether is not backed one to one with dollars in the bank. So how are they backing their Tether? They're not doing it via some algorithmic stablecoin like Terra Luna was doing. They're doing it by holding assets. So they're holding stock, or they're holding property, or they're holding, I don't know, maybe a fancy car or a piece of artwork. They're holding assets. Those assets are valued at certain prices, and those prices are what they're using to mint the Tether. So if this, you have a, I'm just going to use a painting as an example, and that painting goes up $10,000, Tether now thinks, well, we've just added $10,000 to our books, we can print 10,000 more Tether. That's not how that works, right? And and that's not exactly how they're doing it, but that's the theory, that's how they're doing it. That's their quote unquote secret sauce that they don't want people to see, is comes from there. It comes from this balance act that they do between balancing they're balancing the amount of Tether and balancing their assets to match the value of the Tether. That's not how it's supposed to be. It should be backed one to one at all times. I shouldn't have to balance, oh, this property went down in value, I better buy some more, stock in another company or something like that, right? So it's very like it's very interesting to see this collapse now. Tether has obviously commented on this, and they've said no. They said this is a myth. They said that there's false rumors regarding that we're backed by all this Chinese paper. That's not true. So then people go on to say, great man, talk is cheap. Let me audit your reserves. And Tether's response is no, don't audit me. That's a big problem, man. That's a really big problem. Everyone hears that audit word and they think it's a bad thing. Audit is a good thing, right? Realistically, if you're a company and you're doing something wrong and you do an audit and the audit catches that, that's not like a, oh, let's go fire everybody. No, it's a, hey, we've been misappropriating these funds. Let's find out why we've been misappropriating these funds and then correct it so that it doesn't happen in the future. And now we've freed up all this capital. Audits are a good thing. They catch mistakes. If these guys are sitting here going, don't audit us, just trust us, I say no. And I think a lot of the crypto market is feeling that way because they are pulling out of Tether, right? There is a lot of people right now pulling their dollars out of Tether. And what I mean by that is they're changing it from stable coins either back to fiat or going from that stable coin to another stable coin. USDC seems to be the stablecoin of choice, and I can't talk smack either. The BUSD stablecoin is looking really good as well. The Tron one is dropped quite a bit. I'd still be sus about the Binance one only because the SEC is looking into the BNB distribution. However, I gotta give credit where credit is due. The BUSD has yet to lose its peg. If you were in that, you're probably feeling pretty safe. I'm still recommending the USDC. They're also adding a Euro stablecoin now that's going to be back one to one. So that's pretty awesome. Telegram's popping off because we're gonna be doing a giveaway. So real quick here, I'm teaming up with Amila and joining Coin. Sorry, Amila, if I said that wrong. And we're gonna be doing a weekend giveaway. We're each gonna be doing 50 XRP each, so it's gonna be a total of 150 XRP up for grabs. All you gotta do is follow all three of us, like and retweet, tag 5 friends. At the end of the weekend, 72 hours, we'll announce the winner. Everyone get in there. We're just uh, we're just going off in Telegram right now, setting up a little bit of a giveaway for you guys. So this will be posted on the Twitter shortly. If you're not following the Twitter, definitely go follow the Twitter. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for everything, and have yourselves a great Friday.